applying some primer spray. This one squirted out like really weird and it like freaked me out, so I just sprayed that on my skin, and then I use these Cover FX Custom Cover Drop. These are like my favorite thing ever. They just make my skin feel amazingly soft, and they just make your skin really hydrated and just really illuminated before you apply your foundation, so that when you do apply your foundation, like you can see like the greenness coming through and it just looks really highlighted and gorgeous. For my foundation, I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay mixed with my Nars Sheer Glow. I love this combination. It does look really dark at the start here, and obviously I'm going to get like probably loads of comments being like, oh, your foundation's orange. But towards the end of the video, you'll see, you've probably seen it at the start of the video actually, that whenever I have my concealer and my contour and everything else done, it looks okay. But I always use a darker foundation anyway, just because I like how it looks and it matches my neck as well. So here I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I have the shade Fur Neutral. Just applying this under my eyes, my chin, my nose, Cupid's bow, and just anywhere where I want to highlight. So to cream contour today, I'm taking my Bobbi Brown BBU palette, and I'm just taking these couple of shades here on my little 3D HD brush from Sigma, and I'm just applying this on my cheekbones, around my temples and stuff. And I just love cream contour, and I feel like it just adds like a nice little natural shadow to your skin just before you apply your powder, and I just think it just makes my skin look really nice. So if you don't have this palette in particular, you could just use like a darker concealer or like a cream contour palette or something, but I just love using like darker concealers and foundations just because it does add a little bit more coverage as well. So here what I'm doing is actually baking with my MAC Mineralise Skin Finish in Light, and I wanted to really highlight it under eye today, so this is what I've been doing recently just because this powder is pretty much just white, and I'm just taking some on my little beauty blender and just setting it on my highlighted spots. And then I took my MAC Studio Finish powder, I think it's called, MAC Studio Fix powder, sorry, in NC45, and I'm just applying this around the perimeter of my skin and anywhere where I didn't apply the other powder. Here I'm just filling in my eyebrows. I just kind of race through this really quickly because you guys have seen me doing this like a million times. I'm just using my Makeup Revolution brow pomade in medium brown and just kind of feathering that round, and then taking a lighter concealer just to carve them out underneath. So to set my eyelids in place, I'm taking Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek on just a little fluffy BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just buffing that through my crease because we are applying like lots of colours in the crease today, so you want to make sure it's nice and set so that like all of the colours blend really nicely and just really seamlessly. So you want to make sure you set everything in place. And then I'm taking I'm taking the shade 19 from Kiko, and this is just a straight up yellow, but this colour is so intimidating whenever you first see it, but it's the most gorgeous transitional colour because whenever you have your other colours you just see the yellow peeking through and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just applying that with a brush from Zoeva right into my crease, and I'm going quite heavily on it just because this is a really dramatic look, so I want the yellow to really stand out. So I'm just applying that right through my crease and just making sure it's all blended. Then I'm taking this shade here, it's number 36 from Kiko, and again applying it into my crease, but I'm being a little bit more specific with it. I'm just keeping it more in my crease area rather than like my upper crease, so that you can kind of see the blend of the colours. So here I'm taking this gorgeous colour here from Makeup Geek. It's in the shade Dragonfly on a little pencil brush. Whenever you first apply it, it looks like a really pale sort of like yucky green colour, but then whenever you start to really build the colour up, it turns out to be like the nice kind of turquoisey colour you see in the actual eyeshadow pan. It's one of these colours that you really need to be really patient with because like if you go in with too much on your brush, it can just start to look really muddy and stuff, so you want to be really specific with it and just take your time and just be really patient, and then you'll get like the look that you want in the end. Here I'm taking this colour here from Colourpop. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm using this as like my blend colour because obviously we have like the dark green, we have the orange, so you obviously want like a colour in between to kind of make everything blend together. With these eyeshadows, they apply best with your finger just because they are a little bit more of like a creamier consistency. So I'm applying it with my finger first of all, and then I do go with like a smaller brush just to kind of be a little bit more specific with it, but this colour is absolutely gorgeous. I'm taking this shade here, Coco Bear, also from Makeup Geek, to apply to my outer corners just to make it look a little bit more intense and a little bit more dramatic. in with my lighter concealer and a little small shader brush from MAC. I'm using this to carve out my crease. With this, you want to be really patient and precise. Like, this is the part where you literally can't screw up, because if you have a really sort of messy cut crease, it just looks really just like not put together. So you obviously at this point you want to be really careful and precise with what you're doing. Using like a paler concealer also works really well, because obviously you want to have that contrast, so you want to make it stand out. So what I'm doing is using that, and then I'm taking the MAC Nylon eyeshadow just to set it in place. Kind of just like a shimmery ivory white sort of colour. I love this colour to use in my clients and also myself, but I love this because it just makes the eyeshadow look really bright and gorgeous. I love this eyeshadow shade so much.
Get your hands up, get your hands up, get your hands up.
I'm just going back in with that Colourpop eyeshadow and taking it on my finger again and just using it to blend in the Nylon eyeshadow with the darker colours on the outer corner.
We go, we go, we go. Here we go. We go, we go. We go, go. We go, we go, we go. We go, go. Hands up, we go, go. Get your hands up, we go, we go. Hands up, we go, go. Get your hands up, we go, we go. Get your hands up, we go, go. Get your hands up, we go, we go. Hands, we go, hands up, we go, hands up.
So here I'm going back in with that Kiko eyeshadow and just running this under my lower lash line. Because this is a festival makeup look, you can really smoke out and blow out your eyeshadow colours, especially colours like this, because they just look so nice whenever they sort of like peek through the other colours. So I'm just really buffing this along my lower lash line. Then I'm taking this in Gloss Sparkle Dust. I'll leave the shade of it down below the colour that I use, but it's sort of like a white, but it has like a green reflex to it, so you can sort of just see it like peeking through. But to be honest, after I applied like the glitter and stuff under my eyes, you could barely even see this, so this step isn't really necessary. But at the time I thought it would have been quite pretty, but by the time I had all the glitter and stuff on, you couldn't barely see it. And then I wanted to add a little bit more colour to my lower lash line, so I took this NYX HD Blush in Crimson. I just applied this under my lower lash line.
We go, we go. We go, go. We go, we go, we go.
So what I'm doing here is just taking my NYX Glitter Primer and just applying this underneath my eyes, and this will just ensure that like the glitters and stuff that I apply will last all night and don't like trickle off or anything. Starting to apply the glitters on my lower lash line, I kind of do them in like a teardrop shape, and I literally was out of focus in so many parts of this video, so that's why it's quite short, but you can barely even see me putting on the glitter. But I'll try and link down below all the glitters and stuff that I did use. But as you can see here, it just looks so gorgeous and sparkly and just nice and like mermaid looking and just nice and festival. So here what I'm doing is taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit and taking the highlight shade with like the green sort of tint to it and just applying that kind of like on the high points of my skin with this little Morphe like contour brush thing, but it actually worked really well. And then again here, I'm just mixing up my primer with a little bit of Duraline as well, as to make it a little bit more tacky. And then you'll just see me here just applying like a shit ton of glitters just around the perimeter of my face. I wasn't going to do any more glitter, but then I was like, why not? Like, it's a festival, let's just let go OTP. So I just started taking that brush and just started packing that on around the side of my face. Obviously you can just do like one or the other, but I like to have just like a lot of glitter on my skin. So as you can see here, I'm just packing it on with my little brush. I'm just using all different shades of green and like different sizes of glitters and like glitter chunks and stuff like that. But you can use any colour you want or like any glitters you want, but everything looks just so gorgeous. For my lashes, I applied Fairy Flutter from Sassy Lashes, and I will have a link to them in the description box below if you're interested. And then for my lips, I wanted to stay quite neutral. I just took this NYX Lip Liner, which was actually so good. I love the NYX Lip Liners. They're so inexpensive and they work so well. So I'm just lining my lips with this, and then I took my new ultimate favourite lipstick shade. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's actually from Primark and it was only $1.50, and it's like an exact dupe for MAC Velvet Teddy, if not even a prettier shade. And it's a matte colour and it's just so gorgeous. And I'm applying that to my lips just on top. So here I'm just taking a little bit of concealer and applying it onto the centre of my lips. So I'll just give it like the illusion of more fuller lips, and it'll also kind of give you like that ombre look. which I think is super pretty as well.
You are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me feeling some kind of way. If you wanna savor every moment slowly, slowly. Let me tell them how you put it on. Get the only key to how to turn it on. Never let my the only person wanna hear. Maybe take it so we can last long.
Here I'm just taking some liners from NYX. I'll leave a link to them down below if you're interested, and just applying some little dots and stuff to my face, and I applied like a little line to my lips and just all the sort of like conventional festival stuff. So guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will have all the products and stuff linked down below in the description box. And don't forget to go follow me on my Snapchat and my Instagram, because I always have like little previews of my makeup looks and stuff on there. But yeah, I will have everything linked down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!